Hey, Carew and Nikki. I have a few minutes here. I'm in the car. I just was at Gareth's tennis match, and his doubles team lost 6-2, 6-1. But I'm actually going to go play tennis with my friend Nick as soon as he gets here. But I've got about 15 or 20 minutes. And I said I was going to make a video about my car, and I think I'm going to do that really quickly here. So hopefully it won't be 15 or 20 minutes long. So the story of this car actually goes back to the 1980s, believe it or not. Maybe it will take 20 minutes. And Carew, you and Nikki both may remember that, I don't know, in like 1985 or 84 maybe, my parents bought a Subaru Brat, and it was a red, really nice little Subaru Brat that my mom had and drove. And when she graduated from chiropractic college, she bought herself a Honda Civic and kind of handed the Brat down. And I drove it for a little while. And then I bought my own car, and they actually sold the Brat actually to a friend of mine. But they liked the Brat so much that they bought another one for Linda to drive while she was at college. It was a little brown one from the early 80s. And Brad liked those Brats so much that he bought a brand new one in 1986 just before he and Linda got married. And so I've been driving these Subaru Brats around for several years now by that point. And I really liked them, and they're cool cars, but I bought a Civic because it was cheaper and easier to maintain and everything. Looking back, it's funny because I wonder why I didn't offer to or talk to my parents about maybe buying the red Brat from them, because I really, really liked it. But I didn't for some reason, and my friend Jill bought it after I'd already bought my car, and it couldn't have been that long after, just a few months. So, like I said, I'm not sure what was going on there. But so anyway, fast forward, and when these Subaru Bajas came out, and basically it's a four-door car with a little truck bed in it. It's like a Brat, except for it has two extra seats in it. And when these came out in 2003, I was all excited and talked to Sarah about maybe making one of our next cars one of these. But what we realized was that the back seat only has two seat belts, so you can only seat four people in it. At the time, there were five of us, and I think Sarah may have been pregnant, and it just didn't make sense to buy a car like that. And so now, here we are, 2014, and I've been looking at cars on and off, and I don't know if I've talked to you guys about this, but for the last year or so, because I knew we were going to give my Civic to Carew when he graduated. And I was looking at Subaru Imprezas, maybe Volkswagen Golfs, but I was also looking at the Brats, or the Bajas. And I was looking more at Imprezas and like sporty ones, and I decided that probably wasn't a good idea. And when I went backpacking a month ago or whatever with Brad and the Boy Scouts, and we came back and we'd taken my Civic, I thought, gosh, it would have been really nice to have a little truck-like thing for that trip, to pack all the gear in the back, because it barely fit in the trunk. And if there wasn't a couple other pickups going, we wouldn't be able to bring all the gear for four of us. And I know you can get a hatchback that would do that as well. But so when we got home, I started looking on the internet for Bajas, and I saw there was one for sale not far from where we live in a little town with only 24,000 miles on it, and it was a 2006 turbo, which actually has the same motor in it as the Impreza WRX, which is really a sports car. And so I went down and drove it, and it was nice, but the guy was asking almost 19 grand for it, 18.8, I think. I offered him Blue Book, and he wasn't interested. So I came back and I kind of looked around thinking that I wasn't going to get anything, and I came across, actually, in Hermiston, just a couple miles down the road from where he was, this one that I ended up buying, and it's a 2003. It had 74,000 miles on it when I bought it. I've already put almost 1,000 miles on it. And I was able to get it for 12 grand, which seems pretty reasonable. And I kind of, we went through the process of buying it, and I didn't think that much about it. I kind of thought, it's a car, and we actually, after we went and test drove it, we came home and slept on it overnight before we bought it. So and actually got the price lowered another $500 or something by doing that. I was, I think, fairly clinical in the purchasing of it. And since I've had it, the other thing I really wanted was a stick. I really enjoy driving a stick. I drive, an automatic, but really, I really enjoy the process of driving a stick. It's fun for me. And this is a stick. And so I've realized that I really, really like this car in a way that I haven't really, really liked a car since possibly the Land Cruiser, probably. I mean, this car, I liked my WRX, not WRX, the Civic CRX that I had when we were first married a lot as well. But so I'm actually really digging this car, and I'm excited about it in a way I haven't been about a car. And I'm not really a super much a car person, but I'm kind of a gear person, I guess. I like doing stats and research on cars. So anyway, I've been reading up on these cars and looking at them, and there were only 35,000 imported into the U.S. or made in the U.S. or whatever, sold in the U.S. So they're pretty rare, and they're they're good, solid cars. They run a long time if you take care of them, and you're not in the rust belt. So yeah, anyway, I'm excited about this car. It's got all these neat little quirky features about it. And the funny thing is that, people keep seeing me in this car, and they're like, oh my gosh, I love that car. I've always thought about having one. And so maybe I just like the attention because I'm an attention whore. But anyway, so now I'm the owner of a Subaru Baja. I'll probably total it next week, and I'll have to let go and not worry about it. But that's the story about the car, and I love the car. It's really interesting. So I'm sitting here in it. It's got leather seats. There's my friend Nick. See, there's Nick. He's on the video now. So anyway, it's got a whole bunch of little features. I'm gonna go play tennis. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye bye.